Again, this is Old Man PHP. I create PHP video tutorials for the old guys who want to learn a new skill and compete with the young crowd. This is video 124H. I want to apologize again. This video should have been dropped earlier today. Again, health problems, and I don't want to talk about it no more. But I'm trying my best to get it always a Monday and Friday. And sometimes it's a little rough if you can't test some of the things you want to show. So I apologize to you, and I apologize to you too. I want to take this serious, and I take this serious. Alright, so basically what I'm going to do is talk about adding look at the title says, low stock report in the inventory system. See, to make this a really good inventory system, you gotta, like, instead of being like a just like a list of stuff that you have, you gotta create data. Let me see. I really can't show you the database part, can I? Let me see. Alright, that's cool. So, it is what it is. Let's see if I can kind of push this back up a little bit. Anyway, remember we have the database, we got categories, we got fine tune, this is the main one. And if you go to the structure, this is just my local host, I called it that. And then I added reorder point. I think I added this too. I mean, I did add it, but I don't remember if I did it on the last. Maybe this time around I did the location. And of course the unit price. This is the regular price. This is the unit price, I guess. When you buy it from our vendor, and this is the price they're just selling it. I should have said selling price, but I just kept it like that. And remember this, these are the two foreign ones, and the reason we do that is because we're going to use join to find this particular table with the other tables, and in this case the suppliers. And in the suppliers we added, I think first we had the ID, and then they added the email and info, contact info. Like, this could be different types of things that you want to add to, for the contact. And the contact email is the actual email. Okay, so then what I did was, let's go to the actual, let's move this up a bit. Doesn't matter. Remember how we did this? This is the index. Remember, index.php. Right now, let me see. We go here. We go. Remember, we called it admin, and the password was, what was the password? I forgot. Remember, it creates the password, and then of course it creates, the bin2 hex images. Like not image. This right here, the value. This is the actual password right there. So what happens is you go like this, you enter your information, it reads, and now you're going to see some different things. Let's move this over a little bit. You remember the logout? We already did that, right? We already did the name. I added the name and the price. You see, it adds it to it, and then you see it over here. I added another, what you would call it, field, which is called, select the supplier, and on this one I just say Amazon Fulfillment Center. I really don't really. I don't know what would be the suppliers of because this is going to be for food. I'm not using, but once it's completed, it's going to have the reports. It's going to have all these little things because I don't want this inventory system just to have a list that you can edit and delete. No, I don't want that. I want this to be a major thing, something that you can take to a company that you can use, and it's going to have all the good stuff in it. And I'm almost there. And on the last video, I'm going to have all the things together, and I'm going to explain them more. Okay, because I don't want these videos to get long. But the thing is, remember how we did the search, and you see it here. Right now, we only have one, because if we go here, you only got that one guy. Yeah, I added some, some other stuff. That's what. Let me see. Just go here. Let me see. Yeah, I just got one. The one. I used to have three, right? I kept hitting that wrong button by mistake, thinking that I was, hitting the multiple. So as you can see, I added a field called Select Supplier, so you're gonna add stuff to it, right? And this particular, let me see, if I went, select the supplier. Let me see. Are we here? Give me a second. Supplier. Yeah, we might have to need. Right now, I mean, see where it says suppliers right here, suppliers. How you have this information. Right now, we got just the Amazon thing going on. So when I do because right now it's actually calling. Whoa, dog! It's actually calling that select because I actually added it to the. Where are we? Let me see. Here's the thing here. Where enter database. Are we in the right place? So, okay, right here. See, right here with the supplier. Right here, I added another. What you would call it? It goes from here to here. By the way, another table data. That's what TD means, and that's what gives you those boxes like this, right? And in this particular case, you go like this. Look, it's a select statement, right? You create a select. But what I did was I embedded the PHP stuff, and what it does, it goes to the supplier ID and the supplier name from suppliers, and I want it in that order, like the order of name, and it asks and see, meaning that means in an order of alphabetical, right? So, and then I said, well, let's do a while loop. Remember the while loop? How we can do a while loop and it fetches that information, right? Now you're echoing, and what you're seeing here is echoing. Now, if this file would have had more than just one, then you will see a list of a whole bunch of them. Okay, that's what I did. This is gonna be good because you want this to be a full blown. It's gonna be full blown. Right now it's a little. I know you're looking at it like, oh, it's a lot of stuff, but I'm gonna be giving it to you as we go too, and it'll be in the description. But in the very end, I'll give you the whole thing, the write up and the whole thing. You know what I mean? So that way you can just have it all ready, copy it down, and then use it. And you just have to change some stuff. Actually, you don't have to change anything because you can use this for Sorry, man. I had to stretch there. This you could be used for anything. It's not just for food. I'm using it for food because it was an idea that my daughter gave me. So man, I want to see. She couldn't find something. I said, man, I wish I had a thing or a system I could find what things are and which and what cabinet and this and that. You know what I mean? Of course, you have to label some of the cabinets and stuff to get things. And inside, I have a list of all the things too. Code it with make it professional, like, you know what I mean? But this could be for anything. This could be like it's a warehouse, right? It could be for anything, for furniture, anything. You can use this system. Now the search, right? You don't know. You can search for, if you know, like the SKU number, you can put it right in there. Searches, and you'll see it pop up. So only have one, someone there, and of course, you're going to see something different. You'll see two buttons, right? You're going to see the low stock report, low stock report. I'm sorry, and then you're going to see something here that's called multiple. You're going to be like, see, when you do the edit for here, see this little edit button? It's only going to take care of the quantity. It's only going to take care of the quantity. So if you go like this, see, 250, that's all it does. It takes care of the quantity. That's all. Because when you have a list, you can just, and it's all there, you're not going to get rid of the list because that's something that, unless you're not going to use it anymore, right? And you got the quality of 250, that means you got 250 of this stuff. For a household, you're probably just going to have like 10 or something like that, right? 10 apples. You're not going to have 250 apples. It will bad on you. Right? So this is just for this. And I'm saying to myself, well, why not? How about pricing? I mean, I can give you, remember, when you work for a company, there's always separation. You're the guy doing the PHP. Maybe you're the guy who's doing, there's overlaps. But you got to specialize on one thing. And right now, because we're talking about PHP, you're going to specialize on PHP. The HTML stuff and CSS stuff is really designers. They're going to give you that. So basically, you do this type of stuff, then you give it to the designer because you're going to see what it will look like, and then they'll use it and fix it up for you. They do the markups and do all these things, and that's it. But because you're the guy who kind of really knows a lot of stuff, like me, I know HTML, PHP, CSS, JavaScript. Those are the main things that you will use, and Python now because I'm actually learning it. But because of the AI, because I've gotten into the AI, it's fantastic. I'm going to be showing you guys how to do it. It's so good. Using prompt engineering, those kind of things. And that's going to come, man, because I love it. It's great stuff. Anyway, so we're creating this whole thing, right? And I said to myself, well, how about if I wanted to kind of like change some of these things? And you said, well, normally when you do in a real play situation, you give it to the database administrator, and he'll go and find the stuff and fix it for you. But that kind of, then you will have to write a ticket and give it to the guy. You know what I mean? It's just a pain in the ass. Why not just you do it yourself? You just have to be very careful what you do, because you don't want to be playing around with a database and you make a mistake. You can ruin things. So, and of course, don't forget, you got to do your backups. Got to back up everything. So I figured, well, why not? I want to do multiple. I want to do multiple, fields. Right now, this is more than just this. Right now, we're just looking at price, here, go this. But you got more, right? So if you hit the button, the multiple button, it's going to ask you, hey, are you sure you want to play with database? I can say anything I want to, but I like this. So I say, yeah, I want to. Boom. Look what happens. It opens up the actual updated one. This is the one you met. Wait a minute. I'm going to be able to see this. I think I got to get a bigger okay. So I know I keep complaining. Let's push this up a bit. Okay. And this is what we're looking at. Look, the honey crisp or whatever. Right now, the enter database, meaning like enter into database. Like right now, if I wanted to change this, nothing's going to happen because I haven't worked this out yet. I'm going to give it to you in the next one. Right now, because I wanted to deal with uh, the loadness, because I also got to do one for, what was it? How to, I'm going to create a button that to reorder stuff, right? So this is what this button does. This is what this button does. See? But we don't want that. So we can leave it alone. Don't worry about it. You can cancel it. I also created, remember I had two buttons. I think I showed you this point. There was two buttons. This one cancel. I just kept one. If you go like this, it just takes you right back. And this inventory system. Now let's go to this guy. Now this is the low stock report. Because you want to know if you're low. If you're low, right? Let's say if you like for instance right now 250 apples and you're very low, then you got to put some kind of like a limit, so that way you know that, oh my god, this is lower than what we know, I need to order more. And then not only that, it will be another button like to reorder stuff too, which I'm going to be working on also. I told you it's going to be a complete thing, and we'll probably have another button to maybe we'll put it, we won't put it here because this could be big, you know what I mean? So we'll do we're gonna put it, maybe we'll have it right here, right next to it, right here, right next to it. Reports, that where you can see the different reports, and it'll go to a page, and that page will give you the reports, different reports. You pick whatever you want, and then you just have to print it out. Oh, by the way, when you submit this stuff, right, to the database, we're also going to send an email to the actual database guy. Let them know that you're doing this. Plus, you're going to send it to your manager too. You know what I mean? Because everything has to be a trail, right? You got a paper trail, order trail. So we need to get all this stuff. Now, if I hit the low stock, I said to myself, well, why not have it that'll open up something here? But you know something, I don't want to clutter this whole thing. So it's going to go straight to another page. Now, right now, this is what it looks like. This is your dashboard. Let's go a little slow so you can see it. You've seen this already, but how it includes the config file. Remember, in the config file, it creates the session for the, you know, for the CRFS tokens, right? So that way you want to keep it there, so when you go to different pages, it's going to look for that. If for some reason it went away and you went to a different page, it'll log you right out. It'll log you right out. Anyway, so remember we saw this, right? We compared the user ID. If not, boom, exit out. Then, of course, the search, we did all this. We don't want to go through this. This is the actual HTML. This is what you see here, right? Inventory, blah, blah, blah. This is the name of the button right here. It's going to go to a PHP file called low stock PHP. See, low stock PHP. And, of course, because I'm using Bootstrap, it's a button, and that's a warning. And warning gives you that yellow color. And of course, this is all you're adding the item situation, of course, of that. It does all that. You saw this. This has already been talked about. You got your block. You got the. This is because this is your information. You can do it this way, or you can do it a different way. Remember I showed you that using the placeholder with the colon, double colon. Okay, and you add all this stuff, of course, the buttons that was added earlier, just right here, supplier, the reorder point, suppliers, location, reorder point. Remember that? That's what this is. I already showed it. I might try to show it again. That's what this is. We have reorder point, location, supplier, and then the bottom part is the input boxes, which is what's in there. See, input type This is a box. This little thing here is what this is. And we're using a table. Okay, it's not gonna look good. And the table, I'm gonna have to fix it up a little bit more, because if you kind of like, let's see if we can show you. There's a way of doing it, but I'll do that later when the time comes. How do we see? How it jumps up, it does all these things like that. But look, it went over. You got your bonds. You need a little space in between here so it could look good. And see, it went over. It went over, so you have to use this. You see this a lot, but I like to make it that everything shifts. Everything. That's the responsive design. All right, we're here, right? So that's what that is with a lot. Then you got your cancel. That's what that is. I left the JavaScript one just in case you wanted to do it that way. And of course, you know, you're doing a query string, which is you're passing over the ID, the token that we have, the CSRF, mother token. And then of course you have your regular stuff that you see below, which is this stuff here with the buttons. So let's get back to the stock. So let's go to the stock part right here. Let's take a quick look. Right, where are we? Let's just search. Okay, right here. We go into the stock. Now here's the actual file. This is the actual file, and I added this information because remember a long time ago we talked about errors and how to get the right errors and how to display them, and if you did this you get everything. Because when at one point when I was playing around with it, right, I was getting a blank page. I couldn't tell what it was, and I'm looking at everything. And sometimes when you type in like the word ID, like on those fields in the database, you don't know if it's like the small ID, because I can't tell, man. By looking at it, that's a line with a little dot. I mean, I can't. Or maybe it was a caps. Maybe it was just an L, small L, because it looks almost the same. You know, I really couldn't tell. I was getting these black lines, and I don't know why. It drove me nuts. So of course you add your config file here because you still want that session stuff, right? And then over here you're checking it out right here. Look. Oh, by the way, you know, this is just the config file has that information that to start your the sessions start, session start. Remember that one? The config file has, that's why it's there. Then it looks at this and so, okay, this is good. See this? This opens it here and closes it over here. There was a problem. Actually, I should put something else here. I should say else and maybe some kind of error to get out completely. And I probably will do that. And I'm mixing it, right? So then what happens is it goes like this, and now I'm saying, okay, let's say if it worked out, it looks great. This is going to be true. If it's true, if this is true, then keep going. Then you want to try your SQL statement, and this is how we do it. It is strange. You haven't seen this because right now we're doing in a join. What happens is you're calling, you want to select these guys, right, from the find item data table, which happens to be this one, right? Where is it? And then you want to say, hey, then you say I. You say, well, what's that? Why is the I by itself? Well, because you're going to be using it. It's going to be something, it's like a naming thing. Like what is it really? I forgot the name. So it's like a placeholder, but not really. It's just because you're going to distinguish between the information. See, when you do a inner join, you're actually calling two. You're calling this table and you're calling this table. Now it's in memory, but you want to match them up together. It's like you're going to be using this whole thing. It's like if I had everything in one file, but you can't do that, right? You have to break down a lot of different information, a lot of different tables, but then how you get them connected. So that way you don't have to retype or do a lot of craziness just to get it done. So what you do is you use the inner join. There's a lot of them. There's outer joins, inner join. I like the inner join. So what it is calling the file server, which is these guys. Then this one here will be used for this one, for the supplier. See, suppliers. And the S means that right there. I can remember the name of that. It means that this S belongs to this supplier. This is, even though I did name it different, this is the supply ID. And this is actually a supply ID that's sitting under find item, but I just named it FK. Remember that? Meaning foreign key, that's what that means. But I could have left that as ID. Then how would you distinguish them, right? So by using that I and that E. And you're telling it right here by adding this and the S for that, right? So now what it is I want this information from that. I want that information from the supplier where the I quality is less than or equal the reorder point. And when we went to the reorder point, done. Is it there? Where is it? Why can't I just go like this? Okay, 50. So the moment it sees that it goes below 50, and you're going to get a message of some kind of report. I'm going to show you in a second so you see what I'm talking about. Let's go back to the file, low stock, right? And then what happens is you PDO, yes, I have this here, meaning that the query, usually you do, before you do this fetch, you do the query, but you can also do it like this. It works. And what happens is it looks for, puts it in some variable that I call low stock item. And then of course your message, but this will give you all the messages. It was giving the blank page, didn't understand. So what happened was I had to add this whole thing so that when, instead of giving that blank page, it would give you whatever error, and that's when I found that I pinpointed that it was just a spelling. I had a cap I instead of a lower I, and that's what kind of killed it. Okay, so anyway, you go like this, you do this, and of course it does this stuff. And then of course you got your HTML, right? You got your product inventory. This I could have just put the slash. I mean, I could have done anything really. And what happens is I'm using the same look. I got the inventory, I got the lockout button, and this is how it calls it, right? You create a table. It has a border 1 with the cell pen that's around the box of a table. You want some space, like padding, like 10. And then you go like, this is the actual title, TH, that's what that is, H for table title. See the T head. Then you got your body, and the body, the same idea. It counts the thing. If it's greater than 0, then, you know, which it is, right? Because it's 50. And then it goes like this. Okay, fine. So let's go to for loop, and now it looks for this information because you fetched it. Remember I told you when you fetch something, it goes into an array, and the for each reads the array. But instead of writing this whole name like right here, I just called it $item. And now I'm fetching whatever. Look, the item name. Remember we talked about that before. Item name, quality, reorder point, supply, whatever it is. And then you come, let me see, it's here. This stuff is just to make sure there's no crazy stuff going in there. Then you got items, quality, reorder, supplier name, and contact. See how it's like, looks like it's coming from one table, but in reality you call 2 tables, you just join them together. That's what that is. Look at this. So I'll go slowly so you can see. You could have left this too, but it will work. This way will work out. Anyway, you go like this. Right now, basically what you're doing is to see if there's a problem. If it went too low, it'll tell you. You know what I mean? I might have to fix it up a little. Look, you're going to get like all stock levels are healthy if everything works out good. Oh my God. If, oh, there you go. Oof, else. And then you go like this, just gives you the like stuff. If, you know, if it's great, but that's okay. We're almost there. Once we get everything completely in place, then I will explain it more in depth, you know what I mean? But right now, you get all stock levels are healthy, right? And of course, you get a button that says cancel. I could have just said back. Maybe I should say back. Let me see. Because you know why that particular, I don't know, maybe we'll keep it canceled, maybe we'll say back. But you know that page, instead of wasting a whole page, I'll probably have more options to also read, to create reports that you could actually email or possibly fax, you know what I mean? So if you're here, this is what it looks like. This belongs to this guy right here. I want to make sure it's the token, you know. If for some reason the token disappears and you go straight to this, it's going to say, well, I'm sorry, you can't go this way. You know something? I could just put like right here. I could just say else. I'll tell you what. What do we just? Okay, sorry. I'm gonna say die like that, and then we're gonna say, what should we say? We should say you are not allowed to use this. We'll do something more intelligent. File. You must log on. Like that. Look at that. Okay, why is it not working? Dial. Why is it telling me? And a file. But you know something? Well, there's no way to do it. Let's see. Let's go over here. Is there any? Where is it? Where are the? Let's go to the action. This is what it would be. Let's see. See, this is how you do things. You go back and forth. You check. Oh, here we go. Dial like this. This should work. Else. Oh, okay. Where are we? Else. This is using the new way of doing it without doing the. See how you got these two little things here? I kind of did that because I didn't want to use those square brackets. What is it called? A curly brace? I figure, let me just do it this way too, to show people you can do it like that too. Which is kind of cool. Yes. Else, and then how about we? Else, and then we go singing the song, singing the song, sing the. How about we move this down like that? Then up, and then put this down here. I know what is missing. Then we just push it like this, and then say Shingity show right here. I know it's a lot of space. I mean, I could have just did this anyway. I mean, it's only one liner. Maybe we just do that. What do you think? Like that. And then push this guy back there like this. Yeah, I guess we can kind of do that. Sometimes you need to do certain things like what I just did so I can see it in my head. Alright, we're here. Anyway, this is what it looks like. Let's check it out. So we're here, and then let's log out so we start fresh. We go here, admin, whatever the password that was. You already saw this crap. And we go boom. There you go. It says, look, it went in there, it checked, and it says all stock levels are healthy. If there was a problem, then you will see whatever, you will see that thing that you normally see that's going to, I say cancel, maybe we should say back. Maybe we'll have like, make this bigger because it's kind of small. And maybe we'll have like right here, like reports, so that way more reports can come out. And then the option for printing things. I don't know, let's see. We're going to make it work nicely so you only have like several files that you're going to need to know. And of course the listing of the database, right? And that's it. It'll be good. We're almost there. We're almost there. We need to get the part where we enter, update the database. We need to do that part. We're going to get that done. You'll see. Probably maybe on the next video or the video afterwards. Anyway, you go like this. Boom. It goes right back. There you have it, sir. Oh yeah, by the way, if you went like this and you wanted to get out of there, you can kind of hit that too. And that's it. That's all I have. I'm gonna put this information. I'll have it on the again in the what you call it in the description below, and I'll have them separate. You know, I'll have this one too. Where is it? Yeah, this particular one. I'll add this whole thing in there too, so you can have it. And the database stuff, I think we have it already, but maybe the dashboard is just a little different right now. Yeah, well, yeah, I'll give you this whole thing too. Since I'm changing it, I'm gonna keep updating it because I did add this and added some few other things. And I'll have it in the description below. Anyway, so if you think you learned something, please give me a thumbs up. You know, if you think you find value, and subscribe to me. It doesn't cost much. Just helps me with you know, with YouTube. And thank you. Hey, I'm gonna give you the whole thing, and you can be able to use it, man. You'll be able to use it for your own self. And I'm pretty sure people are gonna like learning, and they're gonna start doing their own YouTube channel using my stuff. It's okay. You have it all that. I mean, I could have just gave you bits and pieces, and then say, oh no, you need to go to my Patreon to you know, to get the rest of it. You know, and I don't want to do that. You know, I really don't. I'm gonna give it to you all, because after I finish doing this one, we're just gonna complete full blown, you know, inventory, because it's not a list. You don't want to have like a list of stuff. You're gonna make it. You're going. You're taking it to the next level. And I know before I used to type. We used to start with a blank, page, and then start typing. But because it's gotten so big and all that, it just would take a long time. And by doing it this way, you'll see it. You know. Then all you have to do is kind of go down to the thing and pull it out and add your file. You know what I'm saying? Copy, paste it to your file name. Put it in your local host and play around with it. And you can see, you're gonna be like, oh my god, this is a full-blown thing. I guarantee you go to other people's YouTube where they teach you stuff. You're gonna get disappointed because they only give you a little bit, and then they want to like charge you for it. I was upset several times. maybe not know my programming, but still, that's why it's good to learn things. It's good to do the things. It's good to look at other people's stuff too. It's good to learn. Learning is fantastic. Anyway, this is the actual file. So let's go slowly so you can see it. Let's go down slowly. And we saw that, right? This is you're trying it out, you're catching it. There's a problem, you'll get a message across. Okay. The dog is doing the old growl, meaning that, hey, you need to take me outside, otherwise I'm going to do the nasty house right in your rug here. Ooh, we don't want that, do we? And there you go. I'm going to say back. Should I say cancel? That's the same thing. If cancel means cancel out of the whole thing, like log out. Let me just say back. Oh. We'll say back. Like that. Save it. See? Yep, back. That's perfect. That's good. Alright. Okay, man. Thank you very much. If you found any value, again, thumbs up. Help me out. And subscribe. And put a comment. Don't worry, it'll be slowing down. Once we get the whole thing completely, then we'll slow it down. And I'm gonna give it to you anyway, so you'll be able to pick that up. That's it. Thank you very much, and until next time, have a good night.